Hello everybody, Maven here, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. You might remember a couple weeks ago I posted a video called Eyes of Tomorrow versus all exotic rocket launchers because the Eyes of Tomorrow was getting a big buff. Some of you guys wanted to see the same thing happen with machine guns, so that's why we're here today. So as far as machine guns go, Xenophage has always been the reigning king of machine gun DPS, and for those who don't know, in a TWAB they announced that machine guns were getting a 40% damage buff, but 20% against bosses. Xenophage reverted back to its old RPM. It's also getting the same treatment with the 40% against combatants, but it is not receiving the extra 20% against bosses like all the other machine guns are. So does that mean some other machine gun can possibly dethrone the Xenophage for machine gun DPS? That's what we're gonna find out. So let's get to it. And to keep testing consistent, I have all these weapons at 1350, pulled some of them from collections because now light level contributes to damage. Unfortunately, that's the way it works. It's lame, but it does. And we're even throwing on Actium War Rig to steadily reload our machine guns so that we have to reload less frequently. So with that in mind, let's get to the testing. Oh, and by the way, we're also testing out the Swarm just because it has Vorpal and Adept big ones, and I just wanted to see how a legendary machine gun compares. So as usual, we're kicking it off with the namesake weapon of the video to set that bar for the rest of the weapons to follow. And Xenophage, I did actually miss a shot earlier in the clip that you didn't see. So I'm gonna add that into the total damage and we got just over 1 million. So not a bad place to start.
He's trying to get my aim off so bad.
So next up we got the Thunderlord, and just like the Eyes video, I went in order from the weapons that I thought would be the worst performing to the best performing. So Thunderlord was next on that for me, and we hit just over 900,000, which is not bad, but not amazing. And this will be better tested against the Templar, where we can surely hit all the crits and get those lightning explosions from the perk. But unfortunately, I did miss a ton of crits, but even if I did hit them all, it wouldn't be that much of a difference. It surely wouldn't beat the Xenophage. And on to the Grand Overture with a huge surprise of 1.1 million. Not bad at all. So I did get an optimal ×20 missile volley, but the other ones weren't optimal because I was thinking Furzia was going to end her damage phase any second, so I tried to be safe about it. But it looks like I could have gotten off another ×20 missile volley. If I did that, who knows, it could have been more than 1.1 million, but it wouldn't be too much of a difference, but still, a very impressive performance.
He's shooting at me now.
And on to the Swarm Adept. Yes, I did believe that this would be the second highest damaging machine gun, but that is not the case at all. I can't believe it didn't even do more than the Thunderlord. They should have similar base damage, except the Thunderlord speeds up RPM and has the lightning perk, except the Swarm has Vorpal weapon and the Adept big one, so I thought it'd be very heavy hitting, but I was wrong. My disappointment is immeasurable, and I think you know the rest.
Not her or me. There we go. Alright, survey says.
And finally, the Heir Apparent with almost 1.3 million damage. Not a surprise to me at all. I knew from the start that this was going to be massively in the lead, and at least I was right about something today. I love this weapon, and it's not actually totally insane now to consider using Actium War Rig Heir Apparent in some raid boss damage phases if you are somebody who doesn't know how to use Izanagi Rocket or doesn't have Izanagi. The Heir Apparent is actually a good option. People need to start looking into this and trying it out. All right, so on to the wrap up, and this kind of blew my mind right here, but if you look back at our Eyes of Tomorrow versus All Exotic Rocket Launchers video we did, if you look at the screenshot, most of our machine guns actually did more damage than most of our rocket launchers. That's kind of wild, given we only did shoot 8 rockets per rocket launcher, but still, machine guns are actually a pretty underrated option for sustained DPS, for longer damage phases. So as it turns out, the Xenophage is no longer the king of machine gun DPS. That title now goes to the Heir Apparent. The Grand Overture is not that bad either. If I got some optimal 20 times volleys in that, it might have been a little bit better, but it still wouldn't add up to the Heir Apparent. This thing is actually a really good option. I absolutely love this weapon. It's one of my personal favorite weapons, and I've used it in Grandmasters even before the 40% buff. And it's also awesome that that arc overshield the Heir Apparent gives you turns you into a tank, and also it has a magazine size of 200, so you don't even have to pair it with the Actium War Rig for it to be cracked. You can use it on any class. You can even use it on Hunter and just use that marksman dodge to instantly reload it. So this is an exotic that you might want to consider using in the future. So anyways, that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to hit that like button and leave a comment. Those two actions really help the algorithm and the video's performance. And if you're new, consider subscribing, because this is a brand new YouTube channel, about a month old, so I'd appreciate it if you want to stick around. Feel free to leave your feedback and suggestions, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.